Hello again everyone, my name is Drew and welcome to my Pokémon FireRed commentary. This time I decided to go with Bulbasaur again, with some of Chris's advice from before, to instead use a Growl on the first hit on Charmander, instead of just straight on tackling him. It turns out that this worked really well, as you'll see, but it was kind of interesting. Bulbasaur is weaker than I first thought. Not really surprised actually, but he does have some really nice moves such as Leech Seed and Vine Whip, which I've already received, and you'll see at the end of this video. For now I'm just kind of setting up the game, getting it ready for you guys, but I just kind of want to talk about our Pokemon 3D video if you haven't seen it yet. Garrett and I are playing Pokemon 3D. It's developed by a guy who's outside of Nintendo, so he's not making any money off of it or else Nintendo would go after him. But I'll put a link in the description about it. Basically, it's a pretty fun game. It's based off Silver, as you can tell because that's the rival's default name when you first select your rival. And Garrett has gone with Cyndaquil, the fire Pokemon, whereas I've gone with Totodile, the water Pokemon. Now I was originally going to go with Cyndaquil, as Garrett did, but I didn't want us to both have Cyndaquil. But that's kind of a different story. I didn't do quite that well as I expected with Totodile, because I've not really played with him before, and he does take a little bit longer to evolve. However, we are having fun, and that's a cool video to check out. I'll put that in the description as well, but for now, I'm ready to talk about this FireRed walkthrough, and I hope you guys enjoy it. This is part 1 of the series, and I'm hoping to eventually complete this within at least a month, 2 months at the latest. But it shouldn't take that long because I'm really enjoying it, and I'm hoping you guys enjoy it as much as I do. And I'll be pumping out the videos as fast as possible. It's probably going to be 1 or 2, maybe 3 a week, which is good. But I'm also playing this on an Xbox controller on Visual Boy Advance, which is connected to my computer. Now I have the game above me on my desk, but I can't stream it, I can't record it, so there's really no point in me playing it if I'm trying to share it with you guys. So here I am going with Oak, and I'm about to pick out my first Pokemon, which I've already told you is Bulbasaur. So let's watch. And yes, Gary, someone who's really just a whiny little inconsiderate brat who you just have so much fun beating. And I believe I just barely beat him when I fought him as Bulbasaur, and he is Charmander. I'm imagining it's going to get a lot harder when he gets Ember and other fire moves that will destroy me. But for those fights I will be putting down Leech Seed first to try to get my health back when he attacks. Hopefully he doesn't burn me. Another cool thing that I've noticed, which you won't see in this video because I've cut out all the random battles, is that Bulbasaur can't be poisoned as far as I'm concerned. I faced so many Weedles in the Viridian Forest, it must have been 7, and they threw at least, I don't know, 20 poison stings at me, but I never was poisoned. So it's a really interesting thing that I didn't really know because I've never played a Grass-type Pokemon before. The only other Grass-type Pokemon I guess I've played, which would have been a long time ago, is Executor. It's the palm tree guy with the heads. It's based off of the little, I guess eggs, that group of eggs, I don't know what you call them, executes, eggs something, omelets, I don't know. But here Oak's just kind of giving me the general walkthrough on how to play, which I kind of already knew, but as you saw earlier I got destroyed on the other part 1. But I win this fight barely. Gary goes home and cries, tells me not to go visit his sister. Of course I visit his sister. To get a map, of course. What are you thinking? And then I go talk to my mom and continue my journey after I have my Pokemon healed. One thing that I did notice, as I've said before, is Bulbasaur's a little bit weaker than all the other starter Pokemon. When I first started going to Viridian City, I was getting hit pretty hard by the Rattatas and Pidgeys that were in the tall grass on the way there. I believe I ended up with around 5 health, and I had to go to the Poké Center and heal, which I've also cut out of the video. And then you go to the Pokemart, of course, to get the parcel for Professor Oak. Now, as I mentioned before, Professor Oak is one of my favorite professors, even though all the professors are just lazy professors, lazy people who can't do their job and fill out the Pokédex. They force you to. And I really don't care about filling out the Pokédex. I'm more of a let me catch which Pokemons I like. Pokemon. This Pokemon is plural, of course. And I don't really care about the trainer tip signs. I don't really read the signs because I've read them in all the other Pokemon games and they're not really useful. That person to your left right there gives you a potion. I'm going to grab it on the way back because I'm just trying to get back to the Poké Center. And one fight right here. Nope. Okay, there it is. And I cut it out. So you guys didn't have to watch just 10 minutes of me battling a Rattata and using a potion. No, just kidding. But it wasn't really an interesting fight. And all the flowers are moving. I'm glad they moved the Pokemart up north a little bit because getting on that, where the jump is right there on that ledge, is just really annoying. Especially when you have a bike later on in the game and you're trying to make it inside the doors but you keep jumping over the ledge. Brings back memories of running around the building 20 times, as well as memories of talking to the nurse at the Poké Center because she wants to keep healing my Pokemon and I'm like A. And then, oh, your Pokemon need to be healed again? No, they don't. So then I start hitting B, but yeah, brings back childhood memories. Good ones, to say the least. Bad ones because my Charizard was stolen from daycare one day, which I'm sure happened to many of you guys in your Pokemon cards, having them stolen by other kids who were total assholes, and just I've held a grudge ever since I figured out who it was, and I'm not going to say who it was because they don't deserve that. I mean, they were a kid, so it's not their fault really. But I did find out who it was, and they did sell it for money, so I was like really upset at the time. I think I was like 6 or 7, but I'm not too worried about it now. I mean, we were kids. I have a Charizard now, which it doesn't really do much for me, but at least I have another one. Not quite a first edition, but it'll do. It'll do. Interestingly, the way I did get my Charizard is from my very first pack. It was a blue pack, and I did have Pokemon Blue. The first time I ever went into like one of those kind of like mom and pop shop card gaming tabletop stores, I did pick up a Pokemon Blue Pokemon pack because that was the game I had, and I thought Blastoise looked really cool with those little turret kind of things on his shell. But I did pick up a Charizard and I did flip out. My parents wanted me to sell it to the store person because they're like, oh my, they saw one in the case and it was like 50 or 60 bucks I think at the time. My parents were like, oh my god, what the heck? And so, no, I definitely couldn't sell it because I knew who Charizard was and I knew that Charizard was a rare Pokemon that I wanted to keep, especially for battling and such, even though Pokemon card battling was a little bit harder because at that age, not a lot of people knew how to play it, the card game, and whenever you tried getting one going, people wouldn't do the right energy stuff, and they wouldn't evolve, and it was like, oh, but I have Charizard and Charmander, but I don't have Charmeleon, so I can't really do it. It's like, well, you can't do it then. We don't play this game because we mess around. No, but I'm just getting ready for the forest right now. I'm buying my antidotes because I thought that Weedles would poison me. Turns out they don't. I didn't know that at the time. I'm getting some more Pokeballs just in case because I want to eventually get one Butterfree. Butterfree is kind of like one of my main team members up until kind of mid-game, or I replace her with Scyther, or him, I guess Butterfrees, depending on your gender, I don't know. But Scyther's one of my favorite insect-type Pokemons, or bug, I guess. I guess it's bug in this game. I cut out this fight because I didn't really want to see the old man teaching me how to use a Pokeball. If you guys played Pokemon Blue, Red, or Yellow, you know that you talk to him at the very end of the game if you want to cheat. I'm not gonna cheat in this video because I'm older than that now. I know what's right and wrong. And cheating to go find the missing no and getting unlimited rare candies and master balls is wrong, and you shouldn't do it. But I might, I don't know. Don't tell anyone. And I might try it out just to see what it's like in this game, to see if they kept it in. I'm not sure because I haven't played this game before. But here's the forest. I did cut out some of the fights in here as well. I actually think I cut out most of them because they were just kind of slow fights. With Bulbasaur, you don't really have a fast fight. You kind of growl, take their attack down, and then just kind of leech seed them and let your health regrow back as they attempt to hit you and string shot you. However, there was one fight right here that I had to record because I was like, oh my gosh, I have to catch it. It's Pikachu. So I did catch it, not to spoil the surprise, even though I just kind of did. Pikachu is one of my favorite Pokemon, mostly because I watched the anime show, and I was kind of like, oh, Pikachu is so cool. It's this little Pika Pika thing, and then in the movie where they have all the clones of the Pikachus, and they kind of slap each other in the face, and they start crying, and then they all start crying, and Pikachu's just kind of one of my. It's like a really happy Pokemon, I guess. I don't know. It's weird, but I enjoy having Pikachu on my team, especially since it's an easy. It's, I guess, not easy, but it's one of the first Pokemon you catch that has lightning. You can't really use it on Brock, the first gym leader, but you can use it on Misty. That's Cerulean. You might want to correct my pronunciation there because I haven't really listened to the city names said correctly. But yes, she's very useful since this is a female Pikachu. She's very useful against water type Pokemon, especially when you get to that gym leader. I know that Bulbasaur is a leaf or grass type Pokemon, so he will do a lot of damage to water, but I can paralyze them as well as shock them, which is super effective. So I have two people right there that'll knock out water. I'm not even worried about the water badge because I have Pikachu and Bulbasaur on my team now. Now in this video, you do not see some of the fights. They're wild fights, random fights, because I just thought they were kind of unnecessary to the walkthrough. However, I did put Pikachu as the first Pokemon in my party, and then I rotated her out, I guess, or him. What it's Pikachu. I rotated it out because I wanted to give it a lot of the XP, but I didn't really want to waste a potion on it because I knew it wasn't gonna die if I rotated it out with Bulbasaur. So I kind of just tried to level it up there to keep it equal with my Bulbasaur. As Garrett knows, and if you've seen the Pokemon 3D walkthrough or Let's Play, I kind of tend to stick with one Pokemon first, my starter Pokemon, because it just makes it easier than constantly leveling up 4 different Pokemon at once. It takes longer that way to defeat the gym leader because you don't really have a good grasp on attack damage, I guess. You all kind of have mid-level attack damage, which may work for some people. I more or less try to get as much damage as possible from one person and then use another one kind of like a sacrifice and heal the first one with the potion when it gets too low. As you can see in this fight, I'm level 9. I believe my Pikachu is level 5? No, it's still 3. By the end of these fights, I think it's level 7 at the end of the forest. But there's Weedle again, string shotting me. Does he poison me? Yeah, poison sting, but I don't get poisoned. Poison again, yeah. Pikachu's level 5, and yeah, just pulling him out right there real quick to get the XP off of it. I didn't want to really play the fight at regular speed just because it is a slow fight, and you can kind of already see what's going on right here just by watching. If you need me to slow it down, let me know. I'll do it for the next part in the video. Also, Kakuna is one of the most useless Pokemon. At least Metapod has tackle. I don't know if Kakuna does, but every time I've seen him in this forest, he just doesn't tackle. I've at least seen a Metapod attack. And if you've seen that the Smosh video where they have that Pokemon fight for the Poke Flute, he has the level 99 Metapod or whatever, and all he uses is Harden. And I think Ian, I guess, I don't know the other guy's name, but he has a Pikachu, I think. And he gets him all the way down to like low life, and then he uses a full restore on his Metapod after he's used Harden for like the last 99 times, or 100 times, whatever. And he goes back to full health and hardens, and he just gets so upset. It's pretty funny. I enjoy it. But if you want to see that video, it's a really great video. It's by Smosh. You can just type in, I think it's like Pokemon Poke Flute. Once again, yeah, it's a great video. You should check it out. But also, if you ever see me fighting a wild Pokemon, it's usually because I'm trying to catch it. In this instance, turned from a regular fight and me just trying to level Pikachu into a, oh, he has low health, I might as well throw a Pokeball and try to get the Butterfree out of it since he's already level 5. Yeah, it's a critical hit, he's in red. I'm thinking, okay, well, let me throw a Pokeball at him because I don't feel like leveling up a Caterpie from level 3 to level 10, because that's when you get Butterfree from evolution. So only 5 levels away, and if anything happens, I can use Metapod as a backup Pokemon just in case I need to heal Pikachu or Bulbasaur. I feel kind of mean that way, but you know, I need someone to heal him, even if he is committing suicide, or I'm making him die, whichever way. Yeah, almost out of the forest. One more trainer up here. Do you ever heard of evolution? Oh. Another Metapod all uses his Harden. Pretty much kill him quick. And level 8, Thunder Wave. Leveling up Pikachu some more. Bulbasaur getting the Leech Seed in. No he doesn't. He gets in on the next one, there we go. And I pretty much just let it heal up my Bulbasaur right there. I believe sometimes I even just growl. Yeah, I just use growl so the final Leech Seed can heal me to full health. Pretty good move. At the moment now it's only healing for 1 to 3 damage, or 1 to 3 health. But eventually later on, especially when you face Brock, it does a ton of damage, especially since it's super effective. So I'm starting to see the big picture, Chris. I understand a little bit better now, but I don't know. I'll have to see if this whole walkthrough makes me kind of switch to the leaf. I keep saying leaf, but grass type Pokemon. There's not really many. I looked at the Pokédex, I guess, for the original Pokemon, and there's not really many grass type Pokemon besides Executor, for the final like grass type. There's only Bulbasaur. But that's the end of the video. That's the end of part 1. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll have part 2 up soon enough. Thanks for watching.